Hey, what's up? It's Ben from WODprep, and in this video, I'm gonna help you get your best score possible on CrossFit Open 19.2. If you're doing the 19.2 workout and you're looking for tips and strategy for the scaled and RX division, then this is the video for you. I have some special tips that I think are a little unconventional, and I'm gonna reveal them to you about the toes to bar, the double unders, and the cleans that come along with the CrossFit Open 19.2 workout. Now, let's talk about a couple quick things. I am not associated with CrossFit HQ in any way, shape, or form. These are WODprep's opinions and not CrossFit's. If you want the full standards, go to CrossFitGames.crossfit.com where you can see the full standards to make sure you're doing this workout exactly as written. The next thing I want to say is that if you want a complete warm-up where we teach you exactly step-by-step how to warm up for this workout and a secondary video on exactly how to recover from this workout, we are going to be releasing those, and we give them to our WODprep Insiders list. If you want to sign up for that, it's totally free. Just go to wodprep.com/open, and you'll get the full strategy guide, the full warm-up video, and later on in the weekend, we're actually going to release a full recovery video that's going to help you recover from the workout and make sure you're not so darn sore. So let's dig into it. This is a repeat workout with a slight twist. Basically, everyone is going to be working out for at least 8 minutes rather than 4 minutes back in 16.2. If you haven't watched yet, I do have a full strategy video that's already been released about 16.2, and I've retitled it and made it say 19.2, but this is the freshest and most updated version of that, and there's a couple tweaks I want to make to my original suggestions. So that's what we're going to be revealing today. Before we dig into the nitty-gritty of this workout, I have something really important to talk about, and that is the fundraiser that we ran for 19.1. You guys blew me away. The WODprep family is incredible. Guess what? We raised over $12,000 in just a few days for custom-made CrossFit in Paradise, California. Again, that's the gym that burned totally to the ground because of the campfire incident in California. And guess what? We are almost at their $50,000 goal, and a lot of that came from this weekend and the WODprep family. So as promised, we raised over $12,000. Guess what? I'm matching. It's like $12,700 or something like that. I'm gonna be matching it. I have to admit, I was blown away, so I'm gonna have to save a couple pennies over the next couple weeks to make sure I can match the donations that you made, but it's coming through, and I am absolutely blown away by the community, so thank you. All right, let's talk equipment. What sort of gear should you wear during this workout? For me personally, there are three main things. Number one, tape. I will have my thumbs taped the entire way. If you don't know how to tape your thumbs, we have a video for that, obviously. So I'm gonna have some tape for digging in my hook grip. Next, I will definitely have a belt, a weightlifting belt. I probably will not tighten it until I get to the second and third rounds, hopefully fourth and fifth rounds, not really. But I will only tighten it when I need it. So the first round, I'll probably keep it loose. I might even keep it on the ground. But as the cleans get a little bit heavier, my core will be fatigued from all the toes to bar. Really important to have a belt. I think it's gonna help maximize those heavier weighted cleans, and you're gonna be able to move through them quicker. And then next, weightlifting shoes. I will certainly be wearing weightlifting shoes because it's going to help me squat more effectively and more efficiently. But Ben, they're heavier than normal shoes. Won't that hurt your toes to bar? No, they're not that much heavier, and no, it's not going to play a major role, especially if I'm doing singles, which I probably will be doing again this year. So I'd suggest, again, weightlifting shoes, a belt, tape the crap out of your thumbs, and then if you need them, if you feel like they're going to help you, possibly some knee sleeves to put over those knees on the heavier cleans. I'll probably have mine on, just slid down over my calves, and when it's time to do, hopefully, those 275-pound cleans, I'll slide them up over top of my knees, and they're going to feel a lot better and a lot stronger. All right, let's talk about the toes to bar. In my opinion, the toes to bar are probably the most important part of this workout. Obviously, the cleans, I think, are going to be the determining factor on whether or not you make it to the further rounds. It all depends on how strong and proficient you move the barbell. But there's a lot of people who will lose this workout on the toes to bar, and that's because they're going to do too many reps unbroken. In the previous strategy guide that I released, I suggest doing something like descending sets, but I want to reveal a strategy that worked really well for me. So I'm very proficient at toes to bar. I can do 40 unbroken sometimes, like on a good day. But when I redid this workout back in 2016 and improved my score immensely, I did it with singles. That's right, singles the entire time throughout all of the toes to bar. So let's go over the math really quick. If you do quick low bar singles for this workout, it's going to take you about 70, maybe even 80 seconds at the higher end to do 25 reps. That's literally doing one rep at a time, dropping your feet down, grabbing the bar, doing another one. You can see here how quickly I'm able to rotate through these reps. The key here is I don't have to control my feet back down to the ground. I don't have to use my core to control this crazy kip. I'm literally doing single repetitions every single time. It's not pretty, it's not sexy, but guess what? It really protects your core from getting fatigued so that you have it for later on when the cleans get really heavy. So again, it takes about, when I tested, about 70 seconds to do 25 single repetitions of toes to bar. If you went completely unbroken, like we saw some people do, if you went completely unbroken, it's gonna take about 40 seconds to go unbroken. So you're really only gaining 30 seconds worth of time. And my guess is when your core's fatigued, when you're tripping up on the double unders because you're so smoked in your core and your lats, you're probably gonna sacrifice a lot more time than that. So my overwhelming majority opinion for everyone in the RX division is to do singles. For most people, singles will be a great strategy. Again, it's gonna take about 70 seconds and you'll have plenty of time to knock out the double unders and cleans and you'll be much fresher for it. Now, if you're doing the scale division, obviously that changes. I would recommend, you know, the scale division, a lot of the knee raises and sit-ups are gonna be quite easy, so blow through them and blow through the single unders. Really, the scale division is all about those cleans and how efficiently you can get through them, and we'll talk about those in a second. Sorry for the interruption, but I have someone here to give you a special message. Alfred would like for you to hit the subscribe button down there. Isn't that right? Yes, it is. Alfred would like you to subscribe. A couple other quick notes about the toes to bar. Make sure that you're doing either a drop-in method. If you are having troubles not getting your toes to the bar and you don't even know if you can do any, I highly suggest using this method where you literally drop into the bar and you're using a bit of a swing and you can swing those toes up to touch the bar and then reset in between each rep. It might be a lot slower, but using a box or using some sort of step stool to drop and swing into those reps will allow a lot of people to hit this workout RX. The last major key that I want to mention for the toes to bar, whether you're doing unbroken sets, which is totally fine. Some people are gonna really need to do that if maybe their double unders aren't efficient. They're not gonna need to make up a little bit of time with the toes to bar. That's okay. If you need to do unbroken sets, make sure that you're focusing on really pushing that head through in between each rep, and be sure to start each set with momentum. I see a lot of people when they hop up on the bar, they do what I call a dead stop start. So you don't want to just jump up to the bar, sit there, and then have to swing a couple times to gather momentum. Whenever you jump up to the bar, whether it's for a single, whether it's for a big set, I don't care what it is, make sure that you have momentum. I call this a hop in or a hollow hop in. Just hop into the bar and put yourself in a position that allows you to kip swing and get those toes to the bar. That is going to be huge and it's going to save you a lot of time and energy compared to the dead swing start. All right, time to talk about the double unders. We have a lot of really good strategy videos for double unders specifically, so I can't go into all the details now. I would like to draw your attention to a link in the comments, and also I'll put it in the description. It is the 7 most common double under mistakes that I see. That video is gold and you need to watch it. If you tend to trip up on your double unders, maybe you can get a few in a row, please go watch that video because it's gonna help you get a better score on this workout. A couple just quick tips for double unders specifically in this workout. If you're someone doing this RX and you can do unbroken double unders, maybe you're gonna get really excited to knock out a set of 50. I would challenge you to do 2 main things. 1, don't count. Let someone else count for you. Just take deep breaths and focus on each rep, making sure that you're hearing that rope click the ground every single time it spins. So don't let the music get in the way. Don't let your counting get in the way. Focus on breathing and doing your reps. Let your judge count for you. The next thing I want to mention is that when you pick up the rope, don't immediately start with a double under rep. You might be able to save half a second if you start with double unders immediately. But more often than not, I see people pick up the rope, they're already tired, they pick up the rope, they attempt a double under, and they miss. They attempt a double under, and they miss. Always start with a couple big singles and then flow into your double unders. Just getting the rhythm for 1 or 2 single under reps will make sure that you hit the ground running and you're ready to do a big set of double unders. The last thing I want to mention is that if you're someone who's on the fence about doing double unders, maybe you can do some, maybe you can do single double, do your best to keep the rope spinning. So don't necessarily focus on trying to get unbroken reps. I mean, I would love for you to do that, but you don't have to. Instead, focus on just jumping, and then hit a double. And then after you hit that double, see if you can keep the rope spinning. If you're someone that does single double, that's totally fine, and you can do that because that rope is still spinning and you'll be slowly but surely accumulating reps. If you're someone who's on the fence, maybe you're stuck in the single double rut, I challenge you, again, go watch my other double under videos and see if this can finally be the workout where you break out of single double hell and move into unbroken reps, because you will need it. You will need to get through these double unders with pretty decent efficiency to make sure that you have time for the cleans. Ooh, and one really quick tip to add into there is do not jump on cracks. I know it's like an old wives' tale, don't step on a crack, you break your mother's back or something like that, I don't know. But don't do it with double unders. It's so easy to jump on the seam of two mats. At the gym I work out at, there's 18 by 18 inch squares. And I promise you, when I jump on a crack and that jump rope hits one of the cracks, it'll bounce up and it'll cause me to trip or it'll mess up my timing. So do your best to jump on a platform or jump on a place that has absolutely no seams in it. Or if there is a seam, make sure that you're lined up properly so the jump rope isn't running into the seam, it's going along with the seam and it's not gonna get snagged inside of it. Last but not least, let's talk about the cleans. Cleans are all about pacing. So many people in the earlier weights are going to want to come out really fast. I don't suggest that. I'm gonna suggest doing singles all the way through every single rep. In the 16.2 video that I made, I mentioned the Rich Froning technique, and that's what I'm gonna mention here. So I have this theory that Rich Froning, whenever he's doing barbell work, he takes a breath in between each rep. And if you wanna see what I'm talking about, just go into the YouTube search bar and type in Rich Froning secret, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's one of my older videos. But what I want you to focus on for each set, for each round, I want you to have a planned amount of breaths to take in between each single. So for me, when I'm doing 135, I'm gonna pick up the bar, do the squat, drop, and take one breath. And then pick up the bar, do it again, one breath. I'm going to make sure that I stay one breath in between each rep. As soon as you get lost and start bending over and taking multiple breaths, your 1 to 2 second break turns into a 15-second break and you're running up against that timer. So for me, and for a lot of people, I would suggest maybe a 1 to 2 breath break in between each rep. So for example, when I get to, let's say 185 for me, which is the next round, I might take 2 breaths in between each rep. It's gonna take a little bit longer, but I'm going to stay consistent, pick up the bar, stand up, drop, take 1, 2, back on the bar. If I'm feeling really good, I might actually shorten that to 1 breath, but what I don't want to do is go really fast in the beginning and then sit there and wait for 10, 15 seconds before touching the bar again. The key is to keep a nice steady pace on the cleans. Make sure that you get used to dropping the bar and getting your hands back on it very quickly. And that goes to my next point, which is don't use bouncy plates. So if possible, if your gym has a set of plates that are not bouncy at all, that literally hit the ground and they don't bounce very much, that is going to be much more efficient than having the super duper bouncy high temp plates that you drop them and they're gonna wanna scatter and bounce across the gym. Every single time you drop and it slides across the gym or starts rolling away from you, that's a lot of wasted time and energy getting back towards the bar. What I'd rather see is I'd rather see you drop the bar and then it lands right in front of you, you pick down, you bend over and pick it back up. You shouldn't have too much feet adjusting, shouldn't have too much hand adjusting. You should literally get down, get that hook right, pick the bar up, do your rep, and then keep repeating it with the same exact cadence, with the same exact footwork every single time. One thing I would like to note for those of you who maybe struggle doing full cleans or squat cleans, as the CrossFit community calls it, make sure that you understand that you are allowed to do a power clean and then a front squat. From what I understand, you can pick the bar to your shoulders and then do your front squat. If that is going to cause you to be more consistent and more efficient and not have any failed reps, I would suggest going that route, even though it's a little bit more work. So if it gets really heavy, I know for me, at the heavier weights, it was pretty tough. There were actually a couple times where I power cleaned it, reset my feet and front squat, and it just saved me the coordination of having to get under the bar perfectly for those heavier reps, and it could be something that helps you. Obviously, it goes without even saying, make sure that you have someone who's able to switch out your weights and make sure they do a good job. It's very easy for people to make a mistake switching out plates or to not be prepared for it. Just be sure you have a team helping you switch out your plates and giving you time updates. This one, there's a lot of moving pieces going on, but if you can set yourself up so that you're only focusing on breathing and keeping a solid game plan and staying with that tempo, then you will be good to go and you will get an excellent score in this workout. If you want the full warm-up, we're gonna teach you a couple more things about how to get prepared for this workout. And if you also want the full cool down and strategy video, you will be sore from this workout. make sure you go to WODprep.com/open, where we will send you all of that stuff for free, and it's gonna help you get your best score possible, even more so than this video. Next, thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. We are doing a big giveaway once we hit 100,000 subscribers. Like I said in the first video, I'm giving away a fitness certification to one of my subscribers, and it's going to be dope. So make sure you hit subscribe. And last but not least, we have tons of content to help you with toes to bar, to help you with double unders, and we do have some stuff to help you with the cleans. So make sure you take a look in the description and in the comments, because I have lots of supplemental links that will help you improve. All right, that's it. See you next week.